But I'm trying to get past this philosophy that nice guys finish last, empathetic leaders won't have a strong P&L, and if you're too soft on your employees, they'll take advantage of you and nobody will work really hard. As a leader, I'm always trying to evolve my style and think about what's best for my company. It's sort of like I've always analogized to really good coaches, I believe, can adjust their approach to the team that's before them. You can keep some of your same core tenets, but you might have to adjust your strategy. I believe that today employees want empathy in leadership. They want it to be genuine. People see through made-up empathy really quickly, but they want to be led by people who think about them, understand where they're coming from, and try to empathize, sympathize with what they're going through, and then invest in them going forward. In my experience, what employees want more than anything today is a person who listens to them, is invested in them, in their professional growth, and is being supportive of them. Now, it's challenging, right? As a leader, you still have to convey strength and conviction. You still have to have plans, and you still have to make hard decisions. It's challenging for me sometimes to be an empathetic leader with somebody who's maybe not performing well. Now, you can certainly exercise empathy in that case and try to find out what it is about that employee. Maybe there's something personal, and maybe you don't take the old school leadership approach, which is you've missed 2 days, you're getting written up, and you're getting fired in a week. Maybe instead you say, I understand you've probably been dealing with some things lately because your performance lately, your attendance is different than what it normally is. What can I help with? We can pursue strong financial outcomes. We can pursue, a world where the P&L really matters, strong customer service matters, but also where we're very supportive and understanding of our employees, what they might be going through, and how to help them get past whatever it is as they move forward. Now, there are sayings out there. I've heard it, proposed that if you just take care of the people, the P&L will take care of itself. I think in a lot of cases that's true. I wish it were true all the time. But unfortunately, as a leader, sometimes you got to make tough decisions. I think a lot of us would prefer to be buried in a spreadsheet than managing people and interpersonal challenges on a day-to-day basis. I know we've all been thrown into situations in the last 12 to 18 months where we're trying to manage people in a way that we've never managed people before. You have to ask a lot more questions to be an empathetic leader than to be a dictatorial leader. I find, frankly, it's much easier to say, we have a policy. If you're not in your seat at 8 o'clock, you're fired. You can boil it all back down to the P&L. A lot of our P&L comes from personnel costs these days, and retention is by and large cheaper than hiring and replacing and retraining all the time, especially when we're remote, technology's evolving. My company, training people has just gotten harder over time. Luckily, we have an awesome team of people dedicated to improving that training all the time. But what we never want to do is train, enhance, invest in, and then lose great people. So I believe that if you sort of adopt a more empathetic approach, you'll engender more loyalty from your employees, which ultimately does impact the bottom line in a very positive way. Leading with empathy is not trained, it's learned, it's harder, and it can really keep you up at night. But I believe, and I think, I've built a team at CampusDoor. We've built a culture together that has chosen to lead that way. It's definitely more challenging. It definitely takes more time, but we think in the long run, it's the best thing for the company.